Hello everyone, it's Adonis Turner of Rebirth Fitness, and I'm here to talk to you about Calaburrito +5 method, which is a deadlift program that I've been doing for the past 12 weeks that has helped me increase my total and more specifically my deadlift. Here are a couple of highlights that got me on the program. Essentially, I couldn't lift anything, and I have no idea why. That's me missing 465, and here's me getting 465, but it was hard for me to hold on to the weight, and my lifts were very inconsistent. Here's me, I believe this is 470, and as you can see, I'm my shoulders aren't locked back at all. So 2 weeks later, I start 85% doubles week 1, which essentially is 10 sets of 2 at 85% of my max, which is 425, and here's set 9, which is pretty good. It was pretty consistent. It was hard for me, and I don't know why it was hard for me, but it was pretty hard for me. Here's set 10. The rest time in between each set was, I believe, 5 to 7 minutes. You could go quicker, but I don't recommend it for the amount of sets we have to do. Here is set either 3 or 4 of deficit pulls at 335 pounds. No, this is actually 325 pounds, and my next set was 335 pounds. I was trying to work up to 385 for 5. That was my initial goal, but I think the plans changed as the program progressed. But in the same workout, I increased to 335, so I went from 325 to 335, just so I'm not doing the same weight twice, since I'm getting stronger with each set. The form's pretty good on this one. My hips are, I'm breaking the floor with my hips and my legs and keeping my back straight through the movement. I know in the past I had a problem keeping my back straight, but for these workouts I did well. And 2 weeks later, I did 90% singles. The program, it works best when you wait 2 weeks, because since you do 20 sets of deadlifting, you need that much time to recover in between deadlift workouts. This is set 9 at 450, which I was pretty happy with the speed, because that was probably the fastest out of all the singles. And here's set 10, which also has pretty good speed and good form. It's kind of annoying to see that I had to put 2 10s and a 2.5, but it's okay. And I locked that out, and I finished it. And then keeping up with my accessory work, I did deficits at 355. I believe it was 5 sets of 5. And this was actually the last week I did deficits, because when I did my next week, I was too exhausted to do deficits. But long story short, this is not a PR, but as far as after 10 sets, it is a PR. But I'm happy with my form with all these accessory work. And here is stiff-legged deadlift at 295 pounds. My grip was basically completely fried. I don't even know how I was able to hold on to this, but it felt good. Felt it all in my hamstrings, which is the goal. And this is set 20, so I'm basically exhausted just trying to get through the workout. And that was week 2. Week 3 sets up 95% singles of my max. So 95% of 500, which is the max I started out with, which would be 475. So the goal was to hit anywhere between 7 and 10 of 95% of my max. And I knew in my head I wanted 10, because I knew if I hit 10, that would project me to being well over my max. First single goes up very well, and at that point I knew I was already stronger than when I started. This is single number 5, I believe, and that also was pretty fast. Now this is a weight I couldn't even pick up off the floor 6 weeks ago, and this program allowed me to do a weight and dominate with it. This is single number 7. Form's okay, could be better, but at that point I'm just happy to get it off the floor. And this is single number 10, which I knew I needed to get to set myself up to be way ahead of where I wanted to be. And it was a slow grinder, but I got off the floor. And I was having grip trouble because my hands get sweaty as I deadlift. So not this week, but next week I get chalk. But week 4 was singles from 5 pounds over 95%, which is 480, and I'm supposed to stop at tying a PR. This is 445, and I have never lifted up that weight that quickly. That was my last warm-up set before hitting or going for 480, and this was actually pretty fast. Again, everything you see here isn't a PR, but as far as the speed with that weight, it's a PR. I've never done 480 that fast, and then the theme continues where I've never done 485 that fast. But today I was really being bothered by how sweaty my hands were because I was warm, because I'm clearly wearing a hoodie because it's freezing there, but my hands were sweaty. So enough talking about my sweaty hands. I got chalk for the next workout, and it ended up not being a distraction. So 490, which is just 10 pounds under my current PR at that time. As you can see, it's slipping and I barely locked it out. And then at 495, you'll see the left side, I believe. No, it's either the left side or the right side that comes up before the other side. And I'm not sure what happened here. I think my left hand started to slip, but I ended up still getting it off the floor. My left side came out first, but barely locked it out. And going on to set number, let's see, it'd be set number 5 at 500, which would be huge for me because this is a weight that at the time I hadn't gotten since August, and I've been struggling to improve my deadlift for so long. And once I hit this pretty quickly, I was just happy to go into the next workout, very confident that I'll get a new PR the next workout. Week 5, essentially you start at 5 pounds over your current PR, and then you go until you can't get any more. My last warm-up set at 475, which again is a weight that coming into this program I couldn't even lift off the floor for some reason, and I get it pretty easily. Which you'll notice for all the sets, no matter how heavy it is, it's always beltless. Starting at 505 for set 1, just lining it up, keeping the back straight, shoulders back, locked out. Got my lucky socks. Socks always perform well in deadlift. I have chalk this week for the first time, and I love it. It's kind of like my hands just stick to the bar, and I don't have to worry about grip issues at all, and that's something I can use at the meet. Here's 510, which was faster than 505. For most of my workouts, I get stronger as the workout progresses. I'm not sure if it's because I don't warm up enough or what have you, but as the workout progresses, my lifts usually get better. And here's 515, which is a 15-pound PR. 520, which I'll attempt in a second here, is a 20-pound PR. The benefits of waiting 2 weeks in between each workout, it's really the recovery thing. With deadlifts, you can really, and here's, I'm about to attempt a 25-pound PR for this workout, you can really zap your nervous system if you're doing it multiple times a week, or even once a week, because it's so demanding. And the alternative is to do a workout that's really easy. And here I'm going to finish 525, which was a grinder. I had to skip to 545 because 530, 535, and 540 would not fit on the bar that I had because I have rubber plates. The most weight that can fit on there is either 545, 565, or 585 due to plate distribution and size. And I was surprised I got this, but I just went for it and I got it. I had to strap on a belt because I was not really sure my strength at the time, and it was a 20-pound jump from 525. So that workout, I hit a 45-pound PR on set 6, I believe. Week 6 is test day. I won at 585, but for some reason everything didn't feel as good as the week before, and I really don't know why. The month of February was a month where I was testing all my lifts before the meet, so my only debate is because I was lifting heavy every single week and not really having an easy day at all. Here's my last warm-up, and it wasn't as fast as I wanted, but I got it. And I knew I still had at least 565 in me. I wanted 585 today, but I'm okay with 565 today. And here is 565, which would be improving 65 pounds to my lift. Locked it out, sat down, looked in the mirror at myself, and that's it. Improved from 500 pounds to 565 pounds. What a good program.